Hi everyone, hope you watch this CoinsKid. It's going to dive into Cardano, tickers ADA versus USD. I'm just going to take a look at Cardano versus the BTC right now, okay? But I just want to say thank you for your continued support, okay, across the channel and the Patreon, the Telegram, the Twitter, everything. All the links are on CoinsKid.com. Do check them out, okay? And obviously in every single video description there's a link as well. So right now, looking at Cardano, it looks relatively healthy, doesn't it, on the weekly? Yeah, a nice pickup. You're above the 20 EMA, which is what you want to see for continuation, because like I said, above the 20, boom, in an uptrend. You can see in this entire breakdown that we've had a past couple of weeks for crypto, you can see that Cardano is not even close below 20. That's how strong it is, okay? So big thumbs up for continuation. So right now, what I'm going to do is look at Cardano versus BTC. So looking at Cardano versus Bitcoin, okay, this is a Fibonacci extension right here, okay? And what you do, you go from the top to the bottom of the bear market bottom. Do you see that? And it gives you extensions. And as you can see, this is what we're anticipating in this bull run for Cardano versus Bitcoin, the appreciation. So right now, you can see what it's done. It's come up and it's bolted, hasn't it? It's got the bullish cross, okay? The buy and go to the beat signal from CoinsKid just there against Bitcoin, okay? And you can see it's absolutely marched on, okay? And right now, you can see it's hit its head on resistance just there. You rolled back, you fell through this support 0.50, but you're back above it, which is really good. So what you do need to see now, obviously, for Cardano versus Bitcoin is hold this as support. Don't see it fall any lower than that, because if it is, you're going to roll back down to the 20. You can see how overextended you are at the moment. So just off the bat, you know, you can see that you're allowing the 20 to creep up. So you're doing something like this, consolidation, so to speak, against Bitcoin. So this is where you'll start to see these EMAs creep up and catch up, eventually back testing before breaking out this 0.618, the golden ratio. Because when you break out that particular level of resistance right there, it's basically a golden ticket to Mars, effectively, and that's a full retracement to its all-time high. So do anticipate that for Cardano versus Bitcoin, that when you do see that break at the 0.618, because you can see it's its resistance on 2 weeks. This is a weekly time frame right here, okay? You can see it's under resistance, so it's rolling back, holding support relatively well, and it sort of looks like it's consolidating, doesn't it? But if it does come up, it sits head, rolls back, that's where you're going to potentially see it just crab for a little bit, go sideways, and allow these EMAs to creep up, because it is getting really overextended. You can see it's a million miles away from the EMAs right there. And like I've said to you, unless you hold support and allow the EMAs to creep back up, you roll over and you fall through them, don't you? Just like you did over here when it got too overextended. You see that got really overextended and rolled back at that point because of its inception. The 20 wasn't even in there. There's no data for it. But you can see, look at that, the previous bull market absolutely exploded against Bitcoin. Did Cardano absolutely took off, didn't it? That's where it made its previous all-time high versus Bitcoin before entering that multi-year bear market there, where it broke the resistance, and then it's looking really, really good and really strong against Bitcoin. So do anticipate that. You do need to come to your charts and draw against Bitcoin, obviously Cardano, ADA versus BTC, and look at this particular level there, because once that's broken, you're looking for that retracement right there, and that would be from that point right there when it breaks. That would be a lovely long opportunity up to its all-time high of around 75%. And then obviously we've got these extensions here as well, which you need to pay attention to in this bull run, because right here, look at this against Bitcoin, where it absolutely exploded and took off into space like that. Okay, if it started to take off into space here, this is where you could see it break the high and go to the 1272 extension, the 1414, and then hopefully in this bull run we get to the 1618. This is when the alt season comes, okay? We've had sort of a mini little alt season, because I think this bull market's working in cycles, isn't it? You've got Bitcoin gone up, alts have got followed, the blue chips have followed, now Bitcoin's took a back seat, there's certain little alts that are picking up, but we are going to have that massive big surge in the alt season. It is going to come, but when it comes, who knows, it's got a piece of string. How long's a piece of string, okay? So right now I'm just going to dive into Cardano on the 1 hourly time frame versus USD. So looking at Cardano on the hourly time frame, then you can see it's broken out this inverse head and shoulders, hasn't it? It's doing really, really well as Cardano. It's very, very strong, like I've shown you on the weekly time frame, showing enormous strength, okay? It's really good. It's above all the EMAs. It's in a really, really strong uptrend, Cardano is, and obviously, hopefully, we have bottomed out here, okay? We've got this low, that low, and obviously we're starting to make these higher lows just here. If we can continue to do that and get the pick up, we're going to look for a march on here for Cardano. Now, obviously, I did measure this, right, but I think I was a bit short, so I'm going to remeasure that again for you, okay? I didn't go all the way down to the resistance line just there and support line, so effectively we've broken out just there, okay, of this inverse head and shoulders. From your resistance line down to the tip of the head is your target. So right there, this is where you could see Cardano, if it continues to march on here and gets through this level of resistance that it's created for itself, this $1.81, you see it's hit its head, come back down, hit its head and rolled over. Do you see that? You could be looking at $2.16 for Cardano, and right here, from here, that is a further appreciation of around about 24% for Cardano. But you do need to see it get through this level of resistance. Right now, it looks as though it's rolling over a little bit, I'll be honest with you. But you have kind of gone through that before, okay? And I'll show you exactly where you've gone through that before. So you've got this sort of level of resistance that it's under right now. Do you see that? And just here, you had a very similar level where you came up and you started to roll. It looked bad, but you started to roll. And it's very similar. So you came down, you bounced off to 20, you came up, you hit your head on another level of resistance, just came down under the 55, where you picked up again, and you started to come back down off of 55, and then you broke it. And with breaking that level of resistance right there, it's confidence of the fact that you're going to come up and hit your head and test this resistance again of a neckline, and you've broke it. Do you see that? So you effectively a very, very similar fractal just there. Can you see this? So you've come up, you've hit your head, you've come off for 20 like that, and you come back up and hit your head, you've come off for 55, you come back up like that, and you broke this level of resistance, then tackling that level of resistance right there, and boom, you're off just there. So exactly the same, done something like that. Do you see that? Boom, broke that resistance. See you later, alligator. We're out of here. So it's a very, very similar fractal that you're going through there, where it looks bad. It looks like it's rolling over, okay? But if you can break this resistance that you're under, boom, you could be off to the races here for Cardano. So that could be really good. Failing that, if you do start to see it roll over here, do anticipate that this is a key level of support that really does need to hold for Cardano. That is that support $1.61, because if you do start closing below that and you do roll over, obviously you're losing the EMAs, okay, and then you are effectively caught under this level of resistance right here, and this kind of descending triangle pattern like this. Do you see this? If you lose that support, go short, and you've got a breakdown target from that as well, so it's something like that to there. Do you see that? That's where you could see the breakdown. You could see Cardano roll over to sort of $1.40. So do anticipate that this level of support really needs to hold, okay? Because obviously previous resistance becomes support, and that's exactly what's happened here with Cardano. You've broken this resistance. Do you see this? And once you've broke it, you've come back and hold it as support for continuation, which is really, really good. So can't see Cardano close below $1.61, because if you do, you're looking at a $1.40 token right there, and I will drop that in as a little short opportunity right there. So if you do start to see Cardano close below $1.61, do anticipate a little short down to sort of 140, which is the extension just there of that pattern, isn't it? So let's measure that again, just a clarification, just like that to there, and you can see, yeah, that's that target met just there. So do anticipate that. Obviously I'll always show you the downside as well as the upside, but if you do start to see Cardano close below $1.61, then you're looking at a bit of a correction and a bit of a rollover here and a back test of support for Cardano, obviously, which is what we don't want. And you can see it's support of this inverse head and shoulders, the left shoulder, and a bit of support there of the right shoulder. So if we can hold it, you're still making high lows. Do you see that? Because you're doing something like this, coming up, roll over like this. Do you see that? So do anticipate that. Obviously, if we break this $1.81 today or at any point today and break out of this level of resistance that it finds itself under, just like this fractal here, where it's trading down, looked bad, but then it broke the resistance and it was off to the races. If you do start to see that break of resistance right there, and especially $1.81, you're looking at a $2.16 Cardano token. This is why you got to come to your charts and draw your lines, okay? Get used to charting. Trading View, the links in each video description, and from that, you know, if you did start to see this break of the resistance right here, this is a little long opportunity in itself, because you would imagine that you're going to come up and test that resistance at least. That's a 4% long opportunity right there. And again, if you did come up and you started to break that level of resistance, then you're looking at a lovely 18% long opportunity there. And again, equally, if you did start to lose 161, you've got a short opportunity. So you can make money on the way down, you can make money on the way up, and that's an 11% depreciation there for Cardano. So yeah, take care everybody. I hope you enjoyed that update, a little bit of teaching there. I do always like to show you every single scenario to keep you fully aware of the ups and downs, and obviously it's helping you teach, it's helping you learn as well, like the little patterns of resistance and support zones that these patterns create for themselves. Okay, take care everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with another update on Cardano. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned, and take care. Bye bye.